to start up on the inside at Clubhouse.
This is going to get intense. Is he going to try and go around the outside? We can't get the words out. It's the blanket. You cannot make this up. You just have to watch it.
SARCO Season 5, brought to you by VA Auto Repairs. Attention VW and Audi car owners, looking for top-notch car service and repair without breaking the bank? At VA Auto Repairs, we're the VW and Audi specialists you can trust. Our expert team ensures quality repairs and maintenance with a guarantee of satisfaction. From brakes to engine overhauls, we can handle it all. Your car is in good hands. RMI approved, we deliver excellence at fair prices. Your safety and satisfaction, our top priorities. Book your car service today. Visit our website or call 011 315 4001. Don't forget to quote SARCO when making your booking. VA Auto Repairs, your trusted partner in vehicle care. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It is final time here at SARCO. Sorry about the slight delay. We realized that the time was a little bit shorter than expected, but we're here. We're ready. Brandon dos Santos is in the commentary box with me. We might have a little invited guest a little bit later, and hopefully that person is able to join us. So we won't say anything, just in case he doesn't make it. So that green light is the start of the qualifying. We are expecting some mixed conditions here. Brandon, what are your thoughts here this evening for this final?
Evening, Dylan. I'm actually quite excited for this evening. Points are extremely close for the top 4 or 5 drivers.
Yep.
So it's still anyone's championship at this point. I've checked the weather forecast. It looks like we might be getting rain. So that's going to really throw a mix into the race, because we don't know when it's going to rain.
Well, this is the thing, is that our server has been flooded just about most of the practice sessions. There have been guys saying that they did have some rain. I jumped into the practice server a little bit earlier this evening, and it rained just about the whole time. In that last 5 or 10 minutes, some sun came out. So I'm hoping that that sun comes in a little bit earlier, just to shake things up and just force everybody to go in and have to have a pit stop, because we understand that when there's a pit stop, the guys are not fuel saving and they're able to push as hard as they can. Let's just jump into the race. There it is. Unfortunately, I did have everything up ready to go. Brandon, I know, also need to just share with you quickly, just so that you're not flying blind. But qualifying has commenced. We are 13 minutes into it. We will just update the ACC TV shortly. There we go, and on my side we're able to go into drive, and we are now up to where we should be. Let's see who is currently out on track. That's still not the one I want. There we go. And we're at Silverstone, and I'm seeing 100% sunshine. What is going on here? This is not what the guys have been practicing with. How is this possible?
think this is one of the those little gremlins that we saw with Watkins as well. I was expecting rain for the Watkins race and nothing happened. So I hope tonight's not going to be a repeat of that. I'm really looking forward to the rain.
Because we were hoping and we were praying for the rain just to mix things up just a little bit. Currently in shot, Memo Verona. So he's one of the drivers that are fighting for the top 10. He is currently in 11th place with Jason Landsberg ahead in 10th. But there are 20 points separating from 10th down to 19th place. With double points on offer, it is going to be an absolute cracker here this evening. The drivers that we are going to be...
We've seen that a lot with the points. It's not only the back guys, it's also all the guys in front of them.
And 100% correct. Man in shot, that is Mohat Musa, currently leading this championship. But we say leading the championship, he is only 3 points ahead of Ryan Ottens here. So it is going to be an absolute cracker here this evening, and I can't wait for it to actually get going. Just looking at the comments that have come in, Ahmed Musa saying thanks again to an amazing season, Dylan, hoping for a great race ahead. Thank you, Ahmed. And that is Ahmed Musa, that is Yusuf's father. And I want to just say a big shout out to Dennis Pillay. We've got Simpiwe Tsando, Anthony Ackhurst, Alan Kotlier, Antonia Gamble, Yaku Jakes de Beard, and Dylan Cummins, all of them following us within the last 2 hours. Guys, thank you so much. We hope that you are currently in the chat, you are watching, and we're really looking forward to having you here this evening and just witnessing what SARCO is all about. So currently watching Lucas Hubert, and he's going to cross the line, and that is going to put Lucas currently in second place. But we do have quite a few drivers that still need to get out, put in that their lap times. So that was Jabulani, and I did try and just change that camera, but I did get myself all mixed up. Currently, man in the top spot, that's Memo Veronis with a 2:02 for him. Moo Books, new driver that has joined us. He actually joined us on the Monday night Arrive and Drive series and said he had an absolute cracker of a time. So he'll be starting his a flying lap now. Stephen Smith with the LTR boys in the BMW. He'll be on his flying lap, as well as Jean Viviers joining us for the Alpha 1 team. One of the drivers that was part of the 8 hours of Watkins Glen. Chris Heineke coming around the... That's not the last corner. That is on a different part of the circuit. Yes, it is. Into the first corner he goes. So Chris Heineke puts himself there was a 2:09 in second place behind Sean Lerero. That is the man currently on pole. And I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Sean Lerero is in an LTR livery car. We seem to have fixed the Mamba fever that was crawling into those LTR cars. We have fixed it, and we don't have that weird hybrid of the LTR and SARCO car anymore. Lala's joined us. Good luck to everybody. Lala, thank you so much for joining us. Lala all the way from Italy. One of our biggest international fans. Thank you so much, Lala. And 80 Silverstone, one of my cursed tracks to drive, wet or dry. Very interesting to know that, 80. Next time we come and join us for an Arrive and Drive, let's do it at Silverstone. Just giving Chase some hand signals here just to allow him to get me something to drink. Jabulani, 5th place there for him. That's quite a good lap. Anrik Segers, lekker Alpha 1 boys, Hormilis. Yeah, Jabulani obviously had somebody behind him because he kept that lap going for quite long, and that's all good. Just making sure there is a clear track in front of him. So Mo goes over the line. Mo goes up into 7th place. Who is that in just behind him? I didn't quite catch them. So a crossing line, Stephen Smith up into 3rd place there for him. And next across the line is Jean. Jean goes into 2nd with a 1:59.8. Andres Rodeo, a lot of inside curb there. That is going to be the start of his lap now. Next up, Yusuf Musa. That is him coming through turn number 17. You can just see the difference in terms of the lines there. Oh, it sounds like Yusuf came off the power there, but that's 4th place there for Yusuf. That's a great effort there. Jason Landsberg currently at 10th on the grid in overall. That's a 3rd place for him in the qualifying. These guys are really putting out some amazing one-lappers here. Jason, that was a 2:08. Jonathan Bentz on a flyer now. And I was just about to say Emily should be just behind, and there she is. So she'll cross the line and get her flyer done as well. Ruan Haneke, currently 27th, had an absolute disaster of an arrive and drive. And I'm pretty sure he'll be looking to get some payback here. AJ for Alpha 1, he is just started his flying lap. And Shamil, I've tried for maybe half an hour here this evening to try and get your livery loaded. It has not loaded, so apologies there. Jason Farmer, one of the drivers vying for the top 5 place, currently sitting in 7th place. So he'll be looking to make a few little moves ahead of Marius, who's also looking for that top 5. Justin Lotus, who, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the current Arrive and Drive Series champion, and puts it in 1st place. That's absolutely amazing. Isham Domingo begins his flyer. So just going back to Justin, it was very close in the end there. He landed up beating me by 3 points. But I thought, I can't really win my own series, so it just made sense that I gave it to him. I'm joking. Andres Rodeo, top of the points there for him. Standings, pole position. I got sidetracked because Chase gave me my water I was looking for, but 158.6 there for him. Car number 19 is Charles Darden. He's now on his flying lap. We still got 4 minutes, or just under 5 minutes left to go here of this qualifying. Next to cross the line is going to be Jonathan Bentz as he comes out of turn number 17. Takes a lot of the curb on the inside. Start finish line 5th there for him. That's a great effort. Where will Emily position herself on the grid when we get this last race of the season up and running? 9th on the grid there for Emily. Next is Ruan, 6th there for him. That's not a bad place to start. But the man currently leading the championship, he's going to be looking at where Ryan Oatsons is going to be. He is going to be starting his flying lap. Shamil Mohammed had a great race with him as well on Monday night. Currently at 27th, but that's just when they joined the server. So 14th place for him. Next across the line, Jason Farmer. Jason Farmer goes 7th place with a 2:03 for him. And now it's going to be rapid fire for the next couple. The man in 2nd place, only 3 points behind, understanding that it is double points to come this evening. It's a winner takes all, starts his flying lap. Isham Domingo crosses the line, 2:04 there for him. That takes him into 8th place. Leclerc Besson. There's a new saying now where if you need somebody to just come in, finish the last couple of minutes and take all the glory, you can do it, Leclerc. Charles Darden out of turn number 16 in that 33 Ferrari, cutting a lot of the inside curb. He gets right up against the inside of that barrier. 7th place there for him, just behind Ruan Haneke by 0.02 of a second. Marius Bothma, he's going to be starting his flying lap. And the man we're looking to see where he will fare currently on the starting position as he gets himself through turn number 16. He's going to want to get a nice drive out of here and not invalidating that lap. He goes nice and tight on the inside, crosses the line, and that gets him into second place. Christopher Radloff currently third, and a disconnect for him. That was actually his wheel that disconnected, which has essentially cost him for fighting for this championship, but is still under pressure to hang on to the third place between himself, Andre Serodio, and can't remember the other person that's there. Help me out there, please. Brandon, who's currently in 4th and 5th. Ryan Ottens across the line, first place, 1:57.9, so that's 0.6 of a second quicker than anybody else. Leclerc crosses the line, 5th place there for him, getting himself between the other two Ferraris of Justin and Sean Lerero. Mohat Musa, that's the person we were wanting to see. He has got himself into 3rd place, so just behind Ryan. Hopefully he can get himself a good jump off the line, follow Ryan through and apply some of that pressure. But Brandon, I don't know if it's just me, but does it look like it is getting darker? So can we have a dry qualifying and a wet race, and then it must dry later on? That would be amazing. So Marius,
like that.
a 2:01 for Marius, that puts him in a 15th position. Christopher Radloff, Mr. Flat Out himself, coming out of turn and number 16. Only 14 seconds left of this qualifying, and we'll be racing the final official race of the season. There will be a few little fun races that we will get up and running. Christopher Radloff puts him in 4th place. So I am almost certain that he would have liked to be in a little bit higher up. Not because he would be impacting on Mohat or Andre Serodio's race, but I think it's more of the fact that just to have the Alpha 1s on the front, but now it is an Alpha 1 driver, then 2 Project Vapor drivers. Come on. So, Brandon, it looks like the rain is not coming. It's currently showing that it's overcast. So could there be the last opportunity, a little change in the weather later on in the race, and we actually do get that rain that we are so hoping for?
Well, it is definitely looking that way. It is getting darker, and hopefully it gets a little bit more darker close to the middle of the race.
Because a little pit stop, what it will do is just shake things up a little bit and force guys to have to go into doing a pit stop, which again just brings the field closer together. And that's what we want. We want that unpredictability, and it's just going to make for an absolute fantastic race. So 27 cars have lined up here. I see AJ de Kock, he's at the back. He wasn't able to get in a lap. I see Flip van Zyl, he too at the back. We've got Mo Books down in 25th place. Then it is Lucas Joubert. Jabulani, 23rd. 22nd is Shamil. 21st, Ulrich de Jager. 20th is Memo. I'm sure he'll be looking for a place higher up. But let's get ourselves closer to the front, because this is now going to be a lights out, and we will be racing shortly the last official league race here at SARCO, and it has been an absolute cracker. So that is now green light. We're racing here at SARCO Silverstone. So far everyone seems to be clear. You can see a side by side through there. They have listened to the driver's briefing. Just drive carefully, drive with respect, and everybody will get through okay. See through Maggots and Beckett. Too wide. Andres Rodeo has looked like he's had a little spin there.
Seem to have recovered okay.
So it's all just going to be about now him getting his head down and working his way back up through the field. We know that he's got the pace. He put himself on second, which means that it is Ryan Ottens in the front and Mohat Musa right behind him. Some comments coming through. Memo saying cool. Memo saying AD saying go Memo, bring that Porsche home, meow. But that is currently the race leader. It is Andre Ottens versus Mohat Musa and Christopher Radloff just behind him. Justin in 4th place and Leclerc Besson in 5th. Sean Loureiro looked like he might have had a look on the inside there. But now they head into turn number 13. Sorry, I've got double 13 there. So now it's 13, apologies. But now down the back straight, looking for some overtaking maneuvers, and I see it's quite congested at the back here as well. Jabulani getting himself right up onto the back of Stephen Smith. Oh, that's Stephen making a little mistake, just turning in a little bit too soon there. And that's allowed Jabulani ready to capitalize and get on the back of him. Mohat Musa currently putting down the fastest lap of the race, and still hunting down the Alpha 1 driver ahead of him. Sean Loureiro really not making it easy for Leclerc. And at the same time, Jean is doing exactly the same thing to Sean Loureiro. Jonathan Benz, he's still in the mix. Oh, it's Christopher Radloff dropping down the order. Christopher Radloff is definitely dropping down the order. Let's go back and see what happened to Christopher. Oh, it was coming through the Beckett's there, just clipping the curb and sending himself off. So that unfortunately is something that he landed up doing on his own there. The Ferrari just did not like all that curb. And that has unfortunately dropped him down into 14th place.
Yeah, that's quite a shame. But hopefully he can put his head down and try and make some of those places back. He's still within a shot of getting on the podium in this championship.
Christopher does have a lot of work to go. That's Jonathan going around the outside. He's going to be able to get that car stopped. He is going to take, I say, a shortcut, but he will be able to rejoin. He's going to have a couple of cars up on his inside now, and that is very unfortunate for him. But Andres Rodeo now taking that inside line out of turn, which is actually turn 15, and looks like that Lamborghini is going to get ahead of him. There's contact. Jonathan Benz just sneaking through there. Is he going to be able to keep it off the wall? A little tap there. And unfortunately, that was between himself and Isham Domingo. So just Isham not giving Jonathan enough space there. Just making that contact and sending Jonathan out into the wall. Very unfortunate accident there. But let's jump back to this battle for 6th place, and this is the two stablemate drivers. It looks like Sean Loureiro has been able to get himself ahead of Leclerc, Besson, and Shaw now starting to pull away in a 4th position. So currently the 2 men top of the championship is Ryan Ottens in 1st place, Mohat Musa. And if they finish the race in this order, that will give the championship to Ryan Ottens. There's been a change place here between Charles and Andres Rodio. We are able to go back and have a quick look. Oh, so it looks like Charles just went a little bit wide, just opened that door. And Andre said, thank you very much. He'll definitely slot it through there. And away he goes, up into 8th position. Guys, thank you very much. We are seeing those comments coming through. We will be reading them shortly. There's just lots and lots of action currently happening. We look further down the field, and this is one of the battles that we did anticipate. And this is Jason Landsberg versus Memo Veronis. And George van der Weingaard saying, do I hear Stephen? Depends on which Stephen we're talking about, but in the commentary box that is Brandon Dos Santos, so not Stephen. Whoa, that is Jason Farmer going very, very deep, which is now going to allow Christopher Radloff to apply a massive pressure onto the back of that LTR driver, currently in the SARCO livery, and that is what the actual SARCO livery should look like. And Christopher now on the inside through turn number 1 makes it pretty easy in the end. Marius up 3 places, he's into 13th place, started in 16th. I'm sure he's going to be looking at trying to get himself ahead of Jason himself. Memo making the move on Jason, so up 1 position. Able to just have a look to see how that position happened. Looked like Memo got a great drive coming through turn number 1. He then just put it on the outside. Jason had to just give him that space. And unfortunately, Jason now dropping down the order. So reading the comments coming through, Chantalise Ottens is in the house. Welcome. So let's go Alpha 1. No pressure, Ryan Ottens. George saying we need to get you to run some cons for us in GT7. Well, anything is possible, but there is a price. Christopher Radloff moving himself up the order. He is now into 11th place. It does say he's down 7, but he did drop way down into 14th place. Looking to get a run here on Dodden through the inside. Just not close enough to make a move, but he does carry that speed on the inside. So an absolute great move there for Christopher Radloff. Thank you very much for that, George. George approving of this. And Jason Farmer and now able to close up onto the back of Charles Darden. Still within half a second. And Jason, one of those drivers that is fighting for that top 5 overall. Emily Bentz, she's starting to close up on the back of Stephen Smith. And Brandon, we've seen Emily and Stephen having a little battle. It is amazing to see that after 6 races, there is still quite possibly another one unfolding here. Emily is currently going 0.3 of a second quicker than Stephen, so it's almost like it is inevitable that she is going to be closing down on him. Flip Van Zyl starting to close up onto the back of Shamil Mohammed. In terms of the times, Flip does have 0.6 of a second on Shamil. And a Flip in the correct LTR livery. Down into turn number 8. And that BMW just looks like it's getting itself out of the corners a little bit better than what the Ferrari is able to do so. Chris Heineke down in 23rd place. He is closing up onto the back of Jabulani. But the question, Brandon, where is this rain? Is it going to be coming? Cliff Van Zyl has AJ de Kock right behind him, and Shamil is going to see two very, very big Ferraris in his rearview mirror. They're going to try to go around the outside at turn 16. We saw Christopher Radloff just slotting it down the middle. This is possibly an opportunity for AJ to go around the outside of Cliff Van Zyl, but just not carrying enough speed there, losing a little bit of that grip, a little bit of understeer. But now, where Flip was the hunter on Shamil, is now the hunted by AJ, currently down in 21st place. So lots still to unfold here. And on board with Emily, now within half a second of Stephen Smith. And Stephen Smith closing up onto Jason Landsberg. That's a great exit there by Emily. And just see how quickly she closed up that gap on Stephen. Is there a option for a move here into turn number 7? Oh, a little jump of that the curb on the exit there. Oh, on the outside, which just upset the car. It didn't quite allow her to turn in as easily as I'm sure she would have wanted to. Brandon, I'm just checking that you're still with us. Well, Chanceliers, if you see that I have a camera, I'm giving you a big wave back. Thank you very much. George saying it's always good to have a price. It is indeed. Well, drop us a DM and let's have a chat and see how we're able to assist. Emily around the outside. A great move there by Emily. She really sets up Stephen there into turn number 13. Slotted it in and away she goes. So absolute fantastic move there by Emily. Now it's going to be for Stephen to get his head down and start chasing her down again. So Jean still trying to close up onto the back of Leclerc, and Sean Herrera just opening up a gap there just over a second. But there in the background, it's Andres Herodio who's now closing up onto these Ferraris. The man out in front, Ryan Ottens, pulling away 3.5 seconds ahead of Mohat Musa. There is Mohat, and he's got a 2.8 second advantage ahead of the third place Justin, the McLaren who we've just seen in shot. That is Jonathan Benz, unfortunately having a little contact with Isham. And I think this is going to be position time. Whoa, that is very wide there for Andre, but is it going to be worth taking the cut? Thought about the dive there, got himself out of it, but it looked like he may have just upset Jean a little bit, going a little bit too deep into the Vale. But now they'll across the MotoGP start-finish line. And that Ferrari of Jean looking pretty hooked up there, but as too is the Lamborghini. And Sean Herrera getting a lots of pressure now from Leclerc. It's a four-way horse, and that's what it looks like. Or like Carl Lawrence would say, it's the blanket. Brandon, are you still there?
Okay, I'm back.
Ah.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. I can hear you. So AJ looking for a place to overtake Stephen Smith. And it is one of those very interesting situations, is that you may feel that you're going quicker than the car ahead, but it's just that car is put into the right places. It just makes things very difficult to overtake, and then you basically get stuck and don't find that opportunity and start losing your ground as Stephen goes very, very deep. That should allow for AJ to go around the outside, and that would be through turns number 17. They're all going to be side by side, but it looked like Stephen just didn't get the same drive as AJ did. so he'll quite easily take their place. Memo got a little slowdown warning, and it looks like he is in 14th place, but he is up 6 places from where he started. Christopher Radloff making life very, very interesting for Ishan Domingo. Oh, is that Christopher sideways? It looked like it was sideways, almost touched there. Oh, so there was a contact warning there. So that was a contact from Christopher, just touching the rear of that BMW.
Yeah, I think he just carried a little bit too much speed there.
One of my favorite corners on this track. It looked like Christopher missed the turning point there. You can see that Isham was a lot closer to the inside curb as Christopher was. But the bowling pins on the back of this car just make me smile. So Christopher really fighting hard with this car. You can just see it didn't hook up as he accelerated out. Got a little bit squirrely. But now AJ on the inside of Ulrich the Jager, and that is up into turn number 13. Ferrari on Ferrari set him up and has taken the place. So AJ now up into a 17th place. There is still this. What was that, sorry?
I'm saying these guys are still actually having quite a bit of a battle here, even though we've gone quite a few minutes into this race. Yeah, so these guys, I think they're really trying to get anything they can to obviously get those null points, move up a little bit further than what they are in the championship.
And the weird thing is that these guys are just about matching each other lap for lap. So Jean 2:07, Leclerc 2:06, Andres Radio 2:09, Sean Lerero. Oh! Was that contact or was that just loss? Okay, it did show that there was a bit of a contact warning there. Let's just have a closer look. Okay, looks like it did just lose that rear ever so slightly, and Andres Radio just carrying a lot of speed. But it was this move here where he quickly tried to get across the racing line, and Charles Darden was coming around the corner at the same time. But it looked like no foul done there, no harm. But unfortunately now Leclerc down into 12th place and out of that battle up at the top.
And I think it's going to be a bit harder for him to make up those positions because the field has spread out quite a bit. And obviously the guys that he was with...
Whoa, Sean Herrero getting that car very, very sideways. And Jean saying thank you very much. Oh, and he loses the rear as he gets onto the power. But they are going to be too wide heading towards turn number 1 again. Who has the upper hand? It is Jean on the inside, Sean around the outside. And I think Sean should carry more speed here, so he should be able to get ahead. But that was some very impressive driving from the both of them. And if it wasn't for Jean that just lost that rear, he should have got the drive and would have been able to get the car ahead into turn number 1. But Sean Herrera now lives to fight another lap. Mr. Christopher Radloff fighting through the field here. He is still down 5 places from where he started. He currently is in 9th. Sean just now moving back into that braking zone. And Christopher's got a really good drive here. Is he going to try and slots it up on the inside as he goes into turn number 8. Not close enough just yet. Thank you very much for that, Andy. Andy has just approved of this. Always great to have the people showing their support. Oh, look at that. The Sean Lerero, Jean and Andres Herodio battle has definitely not going to conclude. You can see Andres Herodio got into the brakes there. That car was a little bit squirrely. but he did manage to hang on to it and not go into the back of the Alpha 1 driver. So the man who is currently running away with it, that's why we need just a little bit of rain just to mix things up. Not that I don't want Ryan to win. What I do want is some excitement, some drama, because we've seen it throughout all the other races, and it would be absolutely amazing if we do get it. Just a little sprinkling of rain later on. That would be great. Second place in the championship, Mohamed Musa, so currently in second place, so up 1 from where he qualified, but just needs to keep his head down, keep pushing, because anything can happen later on. And then I saw this battle in the background. What has happened here? So this is now through Maggots and Beckett's. Is this a touch of the curve? Oh, Sean Lerero was actually a lot slower, so that's what caused the contact. So it wasn't Andres Herodio doing that on his own. So again, Andres Herodio now just drops down the order. He's going to have to try and fight his way back up now, but just ahead is okay, it's not just ahead now, because there's Andre and there is Christopher Radloff, still trying to get ahead of Ishan Domingo. So it looks like the BMW is just working a little bit better here, because I thought that Christopher might be able to dispatch of the BMW a little bit quicker, but definitely is not the case here. So they're just about evenly matched. Christopher should move to the inside at that last minute. We saw him have that incredible line where he did carry the speed, but Isham gonna show that door being shut, but he has to leave enough space. Christopher was already right on him, and that was a great driving there for both of them. So the man currently in third place is Justin, and I say he's had a quiet race, but he is starting to close up onto the back of Mohat. Mohat a 2:04, Justin a 2:0. So he is slowly but surely just chipping away at that time. And Ryan Ottens a 2:04 there for him as well. So the fastest man on track currently is Justin, even though he hasn't got the fastest lap. He is going faster than anybody else currently. Charles Darden, he is in the pits. Ooh, that looks like there's some damage on the front of that Ferrari. Emily Bentz, she has come off after, is this a Maggots and Beckett's little incident? Let's have a look. Oh, just carrying a little bit too much speed and just missing. Who was that? So that was AJ de Kock, just missing Emily there. So good driving there. I'm sure his heart jumped into his chest a little bit as well. So after all the contact that we've seen with Jean and Andre, Sean Lerero is currently in fourth, and that's allowed Ruan Heineke to move up. But as we say that, Jean just slots it up on the inside through turn number 15, and now he's going to have Christopher Radloff right behind him as well. And that is an Alpha 1 LTR sandwich right there. Christopher going quite wide there with Ruan, but he does get the better drive he is going to be able to go around Ruan. So that is Christopher Radloff now up into 6th place. 2-minute 22 there for him. Jean 2-minute 0.9, and Ruan Heineke a 2:01.3. And it does look like Christopher Radloff is not holding back here anymore. He definitely has put the medal down. He is taking even his stablemates and has moved himself up into 5th position. Oh, Stephen Smith is off. What has happened to Stephen Smith? Oh, that is, looks like that's contact between himself and Jabulani. We didn't go back far enough. But let's get back to some racing action. Memo in 14th place, and he's trying to close down onto the back of AJ de Kock. Oh, that's Ferrari looking a little bit squirrely, and I say that, and there in the background you see Memo just getting that that warning for slowing down the pace, because he went off, and Leclerc trying to close down the back of Jason Farmer. Currently only 0.6 the difference in terms of the lap times there. So the Alpha 1 battle is Jean and Christopher Radloff, and Christopher having made that move through turn number 7, and is absolutely opening up the gap now, pulling away from his teammate and hoping to secure a better spot on the overall. And I thought Justin would start closing down a little bit more on Mohat, but that gap has kind of just stayed the same. It is still 1 second. So the last lap, Justin did do a 2-minute 0.1. Mohat Musa did a 2-minute 0.4. And Justin does have the quicker lap time compared to Mohat. So still a lot to transpire here in these closing stages of this race, but there is still 47 minutes left. So Charles, we did see him go into the pits earlier on, but he is back on track. Jonathan Bentz in 23rd place. It looks like he also he opted for a pit stop there, and currently 23rd. Lucas Joubert, he's in 22nd place, and is unfortunately losing some time to Jabulani, who is currently in 21st place. Yusuf Musa, looks like a little bit of a bumper bashing on the front of his BMW. Or have I got that wrong? Yeah, there does look like just a little bit of a scuff there. Shamil in 19th place. Jason Landsberg in 18th. Ulrich de Jager currently 17th place. Flip van Zyl, he is up 10 places, currently in 16th. So he too making his way up through the field. Leclerc closing up. What has happened to Jean? It looks like he is slow. Something has definitely gone down there. So Jean taking a lot of curb on the inside at turn 1. That's going to be up against the wall. And I think that's going to be just about all she wrote for him now. You can see the damage on the front of that Ferrari, and it is just so difficult to drive with that damage. It definitely doesn't make it easy. Your steering wheel is going left to right. You lose that front end grip feel. The car loses downforce. It's just not ideal, I tell you. Leclerc on the back of Jason Farmer. And the two of them matching each other in terms of race pace, with Leclerc going quicker by 0.003. Mr. Vaughan Hills, he approves of this. Thank you very much, Vaughan. Thought you were going to get that PC and come and join us. The time is now. As well as Duncan. Duncan, thank you so much. We need to get your racing PC, man. Come. PlayStation days are done. Hashtag just saying. So Christopher Radloff has Sean Lerrero now in his sights. And same lap times there. The time is June 24. And that was the start of Vaughan Hill's comeback into the racing world. It was a Tuesday afternoon where Vaughan decided the time is now. No, I'm joking. I don't even know what date the 24th of June is, but I think I did that with enough compassion and enough, I would say motivation, but that's not the right word I was looking for either. Conviction. There we go. So, Andres Rodeo onto the back of Isham Domingo. And Andre down 6 places. A move to the inside, Isham allowing him to go through, so that it looked like that was some Project Vapor kindness. But I'll tell you what is transpiring, and this is now Justin closing up onto the back of Mohat. Just over half a second, but that last lap, Mohat did do a 2-minute point 1, Justin a 2-minute point 6. So Justin must be on an absolute flyer this lap, because he is right on the back of Mohat, even though Mohat is the faster of the two. Christopher Radloff right on the rear of Sean Lerrero. Is that an early move to the inside? Well, Christopher's going to show his intention. Sean just shutting that door. Christopher tries that inside tight line that he has had versus some other moves he's done earlier this evening. But Sean, a little bit wiser there, sees him coming and just holds a car on the inside. So they will both cross the line, and Sean Lerrero, his lap time at 2:01.1. Christopher Radloff at 2-minute point 9, so only 0.2. And I wonder whether that's because Sean is, I say inverted commas with utmost respect, that Sean is possibly holding him up. Jean has got a yellow flag warning. No, Jean is in the pits. So that was that crash. He obviously tried to do a couple of laps, realized that it wasn't going to work, and has come out. So Christopher now onto the inside of Sean, going into turn 7. Sean still hanging on there, but now will Mr. Flat Out himself drop it down into the Vale, have a late lunge, not close enough to make a move there. And Sean hanging on, because just behind is Ruan Heineke, who needs to come and join this battle to start applying some pressure onto the back of that Alpha 1 driver. Brandon, you still there? Christopher to the outside. Is he going to try set himself up for the inside here into turn 14? Not able to. But Sean now looks like he's going to open up that corner, then get it flat through turn 15. Getting well out of the way of giving Christopher any sort of slipstream. He jumps back into the braking zone. Or one move, it is acceptable, but Sean goes a little bit too deep. Christopher tries to capitalize on the inside, but just not able to get close enough to force Sean to leave that space. And Sean hangs on for yet another lap. Lap times 1:02 for Christopher Radloff. 201.2 for Christopher, 201.3 for Sean, and Ruan Heineke at 201.6. So just losing a little bit. There was lots of curb there for Sean. Will he be able to keep this car under control? He has been able to. I think this would be quite interesting to see how close Christopher is able to get onto the back of Sean Lerero. Sean is deep. Christopher's going to have a tighter line, but he must just be careful, just be aware of getting onto that power. Because generally what happens, you see the car ahead of you make a mistake, you just accelerate a little bit too early to try and capitalize, and then you yourself lose that drive. And normally you see somebody having a little spin and you join them with a sympathy spin. Just see Christopher closing up onto the back of the LTR driver ahead of him, Sean Lerero, into that braking point at turn 13. And Sean just putting this car in all the wrong places for Christopher. And let's see if they will be able to pick up whether there is a slipstream advantage. I'm not seeing that gap closing. It's still sitting at 0.3, which means that Sean got an absolute crack of a drive out of there. And Christopher not able to close up on the inside like he did there, just losing a little bit of time there. You can just see that car understeered as he went into turn 17. Now through turn number 18, Sean has 0.7 of a second between himself and Christopher, so it definitely does have some more breathing space. AJ de Kock, who was down at the back, has got Marius Botman in front. Marius going very, very wide, and AJ just slotting it up on the inside. That should get him up into 11th place. He is going to be on the inside, but Marius just committing himself into turn number 1. But in terms of a lap time difference, AJ were 201.000 and Marius 201.8. So the question there, is it inevitable that AJ will get past? Christopher Radloff is closing up into the back of Sean Lerero once again. So not only is Sean seems to be the arrive and drive specialist in the LTR team, but is he a pressure soaker as well? And the pressure has finally caught up to him. Christopher Radloff into turn number 9. Well, the move was set up from turn 8. Sean went in a little bit too deep. Christopher got that turning point on point and managed to capitalize there. So Christopher now up into a 4th position. Next on Christopher's radar is Justin. Justin 1.5 seconds behind Mohat Musa. So Mohat definitely managing the distance between himself and Justin. AJ on the inside. Looks like Marius and him did trade places again. But that is another move there for AJ. Christopher Radloff, what has happened to him? Looks like he's dropping down the order. Or was there just a little bit of contact between Sean and Christopher Radloff? But Sean now doing the cutback, getting himself up on the inside. He is going to be challenging towards turn number 1. Lap time difference of 2:02 for the both of them. Christopher now losing that place. Sean Lerero dominating into turn number 1. But Christopher now looking to come back. He's going to try to go too wide through Maggots, then Beckett's. And this little battle has brought Ruan Heineke in, and Christopher is a little bit out of shape as he went out of turn 5. And there comes Andres Herodio. So there's another 4-way horse about to heat up here. This is what we want to see, but please, there's not enough cloud cover. We need just a little bit of rain. See, Emily currently in pits. Christopher Radloff now in that LTR sandwich. Is he going to try to go around the outside? of Sean Lerrero as they head towards turn number 11. Little flash of the lights there, and the man I really want to be watching now is Andres Rodeo, who is the last of this pack of 4. He's going to try to go around the outside of Ruan Heineke. Ruan sees him coming, allows Andre to go through, and Andre now looking to close down onto the back of Christopher Radloff. And Christopher, having an almighty battle with Sean, has a little fake just to try pressurize Sean. Has Sean gone too deep? It looks like he has, but he should be able to just hang on to the inside there. But now Christopher should be able to get the power on a bit sooner, which will give him the drive on the way out of turn 17. But Sean still hanging up on the inside. He's going to tighten up that line, give him a shorter line. They are still side by side into turn number 1 again. Oh, a little tap there between Sean and Christopher. And that's now brought Andres Rodeo into the mix and slots in between Christopher and Sean. And I think that was Sean that bumped Christopher and said, sorry, that was on me. Just slowed down a little bit, gave that place to Christopher, and that just invited Andres Rodeo to go through for the drive. Because the battle for 5th place is between Andres Rodeo and Christopher as the main contenders for that last spot on the podium. I can get the actual points very quickly. So Charles Darden, who's currently in 4th place, he is way down the order, but there is only 13 points between Christopher and Andres Rodeo, who is just behind him. And currently, as they stand, Christopher will retain his 3rd place on the championship. Christopher would need to have at least 2 places between himself and Andre to hang on to that. If there are 3 places, well, unfortunately, Andres Rodeo will be the person that then takes the 3rd place. So Ruan Heineke looking to have a move on the inside of stablemate Sean Lerrero, but are not close enough there. It is still going to be very interesting to see how the end of this race is going to play out. 32 minutes left. Still not seeing any rain coming. And of the thousands and thousands of simulations that you are able to do, you can generate thousands and thousands, is that there was a 30% chance that it would be dry. I think it's about a 37% that it is mixed, and a 13 or 14% that it is full wet. So it looks like the favor has landed on dry, which I'm sure the drivers are not complaining about, but from our point of view is that we definitely would have wanted just a little bit of rain. So Ryan, the man in pole position and currently as it stands, is going to be winning the championship here. A little flash of the lights just showing Jabulani that he's going to go to the inside. Jabulani just lets the door open, allows Ryan to go through without any issues. Andre making use of as much of the track as possible, using all the curb there as he went through turn number 12. But Andre is still within a shot here between himself and Christopher. Guys, I'm just gonna take a quick sip of water. I will be back shortly. repair without breaking the bank. At VA Auto Repairs, we're the VW and Audi specialists you can trust. Our expert team ensures quality repairs and maintenance with a guarantee of satisfaction. From brakes to engine overhauls, we can handle it all. Your car is in good hands. RMI approved, we deliver excellence at fair prices. Your safety and satisfaction, our top priorities. Book your car service today. Visit our website or call 011 315 4001. Don't forget to quote SARCO when making your booking. VA Auto Repairs, your trusted partner in vehicle care. Your trusted partner in vehicle care, indeed. VA Auto Repairs, the sponsor of the Season 5 here 2023. A big thank you to them for their contribution. The little prize pot going to the drivers is proudly brought to you by VA Auto. And as we say that, Andres Rodeo closing that gap to just under a second, and as I say that, it jumps back to a second. A little yellow flag warning there on Lucas. What has happened? So that looks like it is Lucas and Emily. Has there been some contact? Oh, and fortunately that was a bit, and it looked like that that did send Emily into the barrier. So definitely not a good race here for neither Emily or Jonathan here this evening. Jason Landsberg currently 16th place, trying to get his position back from Jean. And the man who's been slowly but surely just moving up the order is Flip van Sail, up 12 places now, and having a little battle here with our Greek international Memo. Flip looking for the right opportunity to get that Ferrari in a position where Memo will not be able to defend anymore. And that Ferrari does look quite good coming out of the corners. So Flip won't really be able to make a move here. AJ, what has happened to you? That is a slowing down warning. And AJ just behind Jason Farmer. Oh, this is getting interesting because Andres Rodeo now within half a second of Christopher Radloff. And 13 points is the difference there. And if Andres Rodeo is able to get ahead, he would still need the two LTR drivers that are behind him to get ahead of Christopher for that final position to change, which then gets two Project Vapor cars in the three podium positions. It would have Ryan Ottens in first, Mohamed Musa in second, and it is still being determined between Christopher, currently in third place, and Andres Rodeo in fourth. So lots to still to come here this evening. And unfortunately we do not have Brandon in the chat anymore. Flip van Sail up onto a Memo, still hasn't been able to find a way past the Porsche in front of him. So now coming out of turn number 14, that Porsche does seem to be getting its power down a lot more efficiently than the Ferrari behind him, which definitely is helping Memo with this battle. But it looks like Memo's gone a little bit too deep. That's going to allow Flip to close up right behind him. Now if you can just get that car turned in, rotated, get a little bit of a drive and possibly put some pressure on to Memo going into turn number 1. there is still that opportunity just to single file through 2, 3, 4, 5, get a drive through 6, and send it on the inside at turn number 7. We will come back and see what happens there shortly, but currently it is Leclerc Basson who's right behind Isham Domingo. Isham in 8th place. That gap is now closing between Memo and... Ooh. That was Jean. Looks like he missed just a little bit of the corner there. But Flip not able to get that Porsche tamed as he goes into turn number 7. Is there a look into turn 8? Memo is a spot on through 9, and Flip Van Zyl having to be a little bit more patient here, because Memo definitely not giving him any little bit of advantage. We'll pick up that action again shortly, but it is Leclerc still trying to find a way around Isham Domingo. And the other little battle which is developing is between Jason and Jean, down in 15th and 16th respectively. Because Jason is currently going quicker than Jean. I wonder whether that's linked to some of the damage we saw earlier. Which then these two are 2 seconds ahead of Memo and the Flip Van Zyl battle. So that was not a good lap there for Flip Van Zyl. A 2:03.9 for him. Memo 2:03.4, which means that the two behind them, even though they're having their own battle, they are actually closing up onto the Flip and Memo battle. So another 4-way horse coming shortly. Watch the space. So there goes Memo, Flip, Jean and Jason, and I am seeing a little bit of damage on the front of that Ferrari. That is quite possible that is what's happened there. Oh, what's happened there? Rowan. Is that contact, or did he possibly go off the track there? So that's Rowan just clearing. Hey! Oh, that was weird. So, say Rowan clearing a back marker, but it pulled Rowan directly through him. So there's the car again, and it is Shamil Mohammed who now lets Rowan go through without any hassle. And Andres Rodeo still the second behind Christopher Radloff. And Memo still soaking up all this pressure that he is receiving from Flip Van Zyl. But soon we'll have Jean and Jason closing up onto the back of this battle now, as they now head towards Maggots and Beckett's. And I must say that Porsche is looking pretty comfortable through here. Little short shift into third gear as he gets on the power and comes out of turn number 6. And Flip really struggling to find a way past. But now it is an Alpha 1 battle up onto the back of Isham Domingo, currently who is in 7th place. and AJ and Leclerc looking for a way. Sham just moving back to the outside just to defend that line on the braking zone, which has now put the two Ferraris right behind him. And this is the problem with defending, is you start needing to start watching your mirrors, you start going off the optimal racing line, which means that you're slower, and it's just waiting for some accident to happen. So just seen the overtake between Memo and Flip van Zyl. So, Memo going just a little bit too deep. Flip is able to hold on, but now he takes that wider line, which is going to give him a much quicker exit. And now Jean will be looking into the back of that Ferrari. But now it is an Alpha 1 hunting season now open for a Project Vapor driver. Isham Domingo is getting all kinds of pressure from Leclerc as well as from AJ. And Jason and Jean, both of them just getting a little bit of a slowdown notification. And only 18 minutes left to go of this race. It was Shamil Mohammed letting this three-way battle go past him. Jean getting himself ahead of Memo. Next up is Jason, who currently is going about second and a half quicker than what Memo is. Oh, and Memo is wide, just managing to hang on to that. Will Jason be able to try go around the outside into turn 13? Memo is a little bit too deep. This is a very similar overtake to what Flip van Zyl did to him. And Jason moving up into 15th place, Memo down into 16th position. But now back to the Isham, Basson and De Kock battle. On the inside goes AJ. He is moved up a position. So maybe it was a little team radio call, say, right, Leclerc, you're battling to get past him, let me have a go and see whether I can get past him. And if I do, just make sure that you're right behind me and we'll go through together. Oh, I've seen something which I never noticed earlier. But here is Justin, who is in 11th place. Because remember, he was circulating in 3rd, and I didn't quite realize that Christopher Radloff is now up into 3rd. Andres Rodeo is still in 4th. But as the current championship position standings are, is how the top 3 are currently circulating in the race. No, which is not true, because Mohad Musa is actually on top. But now AJ doing whatever he can to try and find a way to get past. But that Ferrari looked a little bit squirrely on the brakes. Just not able to beat the BMW, and they head down into turn 16. But Isham really managing this pressure with all his might. You can see a little tap of the brakes there is what AJ had to do, because he got right up onto the back of Isham so quickly. And Besson still half a second behind De Kock. A little check-in with our race leader, Ryan Otten, 16 seconds ahead of the second place Mohat Musa. And I'm pretty sure that Mohat would have been hoping for just a little bit of rain, just to add a little bit of unpredictability. But a massive kudos going to Isham currently, keeping these two Alpha 1 Esport drivers behind him. And I mentioned it earlier that Sean Rebel was putting the Ferrari in all the wrong places. It is exactly what is happening here. So a little fake to the inside, but Isham holds that inside line. He should be able to hang on here because he will have the tighter inside line, but it is De Kock able to get that power down. Isham is now going to have the faster outside line, but that is AJ slipping up through the inside and getting himself up into 7th place. But is Isham going to have a dive into turn 1, number 1? Not close enough. He has gone a little bit wide, which is now going to put Besson into his clutches. Besson moving to the inside. That looks like that was curb and up into the air. Both of them into the wall. So we see now Isham running a little bit wide. That's going to allow Besson to close up on him. Just not enough space there. Clip of the curb there, and that sends Besson up into the air and into the back of Isham. And that BMW definitely not looking happy. And that truly was working out to be such a great battle there. So very unfortunate to see. But Andre was 2 seconds behind Christopher Radloff. That gap has dropped again. It is now just 1.5 seconds. We do have only 12 minutes left to go, and it is the final race here of the Season 5, the VA Auto season of 2023 here at SARCO. This is the finale. It is double points. And once again, we set the weather to be unpredictable. It was very unpredictable because nobody could have predicted a full dry race whatsoever. So Justin, who had started in 5th place, is down in 9th. We saw him needing to go and have a pit. Leclerc just moved himself up ahead of Marius. Marius is, I'll say, looking very slow. It actually looked like he had stopped there, but it does look like he is possibly back up into race pace. Justin to the inside, and he's going to get himself ahead of Jason Farmer. So Justin now up into 8th, Farmer down into 9th position. Flip Van Zyl, a move there on Isham. What has happened to Isham? So it just looked like he got it wrong, but was very, very slow to get that power back on. And stopped on the racing line and has gone into the pits. That is the battle for 3rd and 4th place. Andres Rodeo, 1.3 seconds is the gap there between himself and Christopher Radloff. and Christopher would hang on to the third overall if this is where they remain. But it's still very undecided for the top 10. Sean Domingo in the pits. Emily Bentz moving up a position ahead of Jonathan. Was that because Jonathan is back in the pits? Didn't quite pick up how that position changed, but nevertheless Emily in 18th place and Jonathan in 19th position. Sean Domingo still in the pits. 94 seconds, so something has definitely gone on there. So 9 minutes left to go of the last race of the season. And is it safe to say that it is all done and dusted here for Ryan Ottens? Having missed the first race, which essentially is a dropped round, has come back and put in the biggest fight up against our current defending champion, Mohat Musa. But unfortunately, just not able to keep up with the pace of the Ferrari of Ryan ahead of him, and would, as it stands, need to hand over the title of the champion here at SARCO. Leclerc, what have you done? It does say that there is a contact there. Can we go back and have a look? So, whoa! That was Shamil Mohammed, who obviously saw him coming, didn't realize that he was so close, got on the brakes, and that was a massive knock onto the rear. The gap now between Andre and Christopher is 1 second. Just under 7.5 minutes left to go. And Andres Radio still trying to find that extra second to get himself ahead of Christopher Radloff. Jason and Jean now having a lacquer battle. Because Jean 202.5, Jason 202.2. So Jason really bringing this fight back to Jean. Jason to the inside. Oh, nearly outbraked himself. But Jean is able to go through. Looked like Jean might have gone a little bit wide. That could be a track limit warning there. Jason hasn't lost too much. It's all about him now starting to just make sure he puts the car in the right braking points, the right turning points, closing down that gap. And getting himself up into 13th place. Did show that Memo was a little bit slower than expected, and I think that was because he was letting Mohat Musa go past. And a great comeback drive here for Flip and Sale started 14 places down the grid, so that would be in 26th position, and he's got himself up into 12th. And this is where it is heartache for some of the guys who were planning on that rain. You can just see now Marius Botma needing to go into the pits, so that would be for a splash and dash. The BMW not being able to go all the way. So Morris now dropping down. I think that would be Jean, Jason, and Flip that would have now gone past him. So Morris now into 15th place. Where does it leave him with Memo now coming around the last corner? So Yusuf and Lucas having a battle still. With 4.5 minutes left to go, these guys are still racing for that respect over each other. Them, Sean and Ruan, contact for the two of them. A replay, please. Let's see. So side by side, and I think that is out of 14. They're going to be side by side through 15, and let's contact and. Nearly 100% perfect synchronized in terms of their spin. Oof, big snap of the rear there for Jason Farmer, who now gives that place back to Ruan. Muhat Musa has slowed down. Okay, that was just him getting through the field, just going around Marius. 3.5 minutes left to go, so it will only be 2 more laps. So they'll finish this one plus 1 more. I would believe, where is Ryan on track? So there might actually be 2 more laps to go now that I look at where he's on track, because yeah, it will be 2 more laps. Because that means I'll finish this lap, which is the start of lap 36. Then he'll go around again. There'll be about 53 seconds left on the clock. And that will then be the final lap. And it's all the question of whether we saw Mohat at Paul Ricard running out of fuel on the last corner. Whoa, that was a massive moment there for Ryan, just touching the outside as he got through turn 6. We can see that replay once again. So as he comes through, just clips the curb, the car gets a little bit sideways, just about going off. I think if he had touched a little bit more grass there, that would have been Ryan into the wall on the outside, on the exit of 6. So Rowan Heineke needing to go into the pits. Yeah, there he is there. Which now brings Justin up. Sean moves up into 7th. Rowan still dropping down. Where is Jason Farmer? So Jason Farmer now up into 8th. Rowan still in the pits. So he'll be on his way out now. AJ de Kock coming out of turn number 6. 5th place there for him. So that has been an absolutely sterling comeback for him. Started in 27th position and is up 22 places. An absolute incredible drive there. What's happened here? Andres Rodeo to the inside of Christopher Radloff. Did Christopher get it all wrong on the way out? But that has now put Andres Rodeo ahead of Christopher Radloff with 1 more lap to go. I do want to just see what is the points allocation for a 2nd versus a 3rd place. See, it is only 6 points the difference. And Andre 13 points, so Christopher Radloff would still win the overall, even though Andres Rodeo has got ahead of him. But Andres Rodeo needing to go into the pits on the last lap. Oh my gosh. So we're definitely going to have to fix this 75-minute race, because that means all the Porsche, the Ferraris have had that slight advantage, being able to go out and do the entire race without needing to pit. So Andres Rodeo now dropping down, which puts AJ up into 4th place. Just closing up onto the back of one of the bends. Christopher Radloff is going, as I say, excruciatingly so, but it must have just been the angle that we were watching him at. But it is now time for this man to be recognized. His first full season here with us at SARCO, flashing those lights. He is going to be crossing the line in 1st place, and that will give him the championship. We'll minus a couple of points for hitting the wall there, Ryan. But that is the win here for Ryan Ottens, as well as the championship. A amazing, hard-fought battle here between himself and Mohad Musa. My hat goes off to you, sir. An absolute valiant effort, understanding that the BMW was not able to do the pace for as long as you wanted it to at full pace, but definitely took that fight to Ryan. Then the man that is going to hang on to his 3rd place overall for Alpha One Esports is Christopher Radloff. Third place overall for him in the standings. Then AJ de Kock, an amazing comeback there for him. 27th place was where he started, up 23 places. Justin comes home in a 5th place as he then crosses the line. Then Andres Rodeo in 6th, a valiant effort there for him. 7th place will be Sean Lorero. Jason Farmer, I'm sure he'll be happy with that 8th in the end there. Leclerc Besson, lots of battles and contact there for him, but a great result in the end. 9th place for him, or was that 10th place for him? Because Fliff Sauer currently on track is saying that he is a 9th. We'll have to just go back and see what happened in the final results there. But then Jean, 11th place for him. Jason Landsberg in 12th. We then got Marius in 13th, Memo 14th, Ulrich de Jaco 15th, 16th goes to Jabulani, 17th is Emily, 18th Jonathan. Hold on, let me just change the ACC TV here quickly. It's not the ACC, it is this one. There we go. 19th is Yusuf, Charles Darden 20, Lucas Jabir 21, Shamil Mohammed 22nd, Isham Domingo 23rd, Ruan Haneke in 24th. So it looks like there was a retirement there for him. And Stephen Smith down in 25th place. So ladies and gentlemen, just give us a minute or so, and we are going to be getting our top 3 into the Discord chat, having a chat with them. So we will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to see these interviews. We will be back shortly.
To stop up on the inside at Clubhouse.
This is going to get intense. Is he going to try and go around the outside? We can't get the words out. It's the blanket. You cannot make this up. You just have to watch it.
SARCO Season 5. Brought to you by VW and Audi Auto Repairs. Looking for top-notch car service and repair without breaking the bank? At VA Auto Repairs, we're the VW and Audi specialists you can trust. Our expert team ensures quality repairs and maintenance with a guarantee of satisfaction. From brakes to engine overhauls, we can handle it all. Your car is in good hands. RMI approved, we deliver excellence at fair prices. Your safety and satisfaction, our top priorities. Book your car service today. Visit our website or call 011 315 4001. Don't forget to quote SARCO when making your booking. VA Auto Repairs, your trusted partner in vehicle care. Your trusted partner in vehicle care, indeed, VA Auto. We do have our top 3 here in the, I said driver's briefing, but in the driver's interviews. Let's start off with you, Christopher Radloff. We did see that it was a little mistake there for you, all on your own, a little bit of the curb and sent you packing into the bushes, but a valiant effort made it all the way back, and I'm pretty sure it was quite interesting to see that Andres Rodio pulling you in slowly but surely, but you needed about 2 or 3 cars between yourself and him for him to take that 3rd place overall.
Hey man, yeah, it was quite an interesting race after I threw it away. I really had to fight quite hard to come back through the field, and then about 15 minutes before the end I realized that I didn't have enough fuel. For some strange reason I was using more fuel than other people. I think it's because of me being flat out a little bit too much. But yeah, I luckily Sorodio got a drive through, and then I literally just completely backed off to finish the race. Crossed the line and ran out of fuel about 5 meters before the line. I think the last lap I finished with 2 liters. I started with 2 liters of fuel, so that was very interesting. But other than that, well done to Moat and well done to Ryan for a great season. Yeah, it was really, really good, and thank you very much to SARCO for having us.
Only a pleasure. Mohat, let's go to you. 2nd place, which unfortunately does leave you a 2nd on the championship, which means that you will be needing to hand over that championship crown. And for some reason, we've seen the practice servers, we've seen there's been rain, we've seen there's been mixed, then all of a sudden we come to the race server, the settings are exactly the same, and not even a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, it was a bit tough in the dry. Had to feel safe for that entire race. But yeah, it was a like a run for the championship. All I can say is well done to Artens. Did very well and drove an amazing race today, considering that Christopher ran out of fuel and not you, which is quite amazing. So yeah, it was a lucky season. Race wasn't too boring. Yeah, driving alone there for a while. I don't know why Christopher decided to cut some grass. But yeah, it was a lucky race and a lucky championship, I must say. Thanks, Dylan.
Only a pleasure. And look, we understand that the 75-minute race did leave the BMWs and some other cars at a disadvantage. We understand that, so we're definitely going to get the admin team just to go and see how we can just even things up a little bit going into the new year. So keep your eye on this one. Then Ryan, this one goes out to you. It says, well done, Ryan Ottens. Good driving, everyone. Amazing race. And that's from Chantilly's Ottens.
Number 1 fan, eh?
Number 1 fan. Has to be.
Yeah, no, thanks, man. That was cool. Pity it didn't rain. We were hoping for the rain, to be honest. It would have put a lacquer swing on things. And yeah, well done to everyone else, and thanks for the championship. I did think my championship was over at T2, going into Maggots and Beckett's there with the radio now. We touched, and I thought, there we go, it's done. I somehow came out alright from that, so yeah, all good, man. Other than that, easy, chilled race.
Listen,
Just brought it home.
There was a little moment that we saw when you came out of Becker's before you went into turn 6. It went a little bit sideways, just clipped the dirt, but if it was like half a meter more, I think you would have done a Radloff and gone flat out off.
Yeah, listen,
we've got it on the stream.
I did have 1 or 2. My left rear tire was taking a pounding, overinflated a little bit and was running hot. And that lap that I nearly lost it, I was down on my TC. I forgot to turn my TC up, so I got a bit of a fright. But yeah, that just shows you when you're not in a race, you start losing focus a little bit, eh?
No, 100%, but amazing at the end, and I'm pretty sure that even though Mohat not winning the championship is definitely handing it over to a deserved driver. So Ryan, congratulations and well done, and thank you guys for bringing your Alpha 1 esports team to race at SARCO. It definitely has shaken things up here.
Thank you guys, appreciate it, and thanks to everyone else for being here, to you guys and all the other drivers and everyone. It's been very cool, and thanks to VNA Auto as well for sponsoring.
Yes, indeed, guys. So this is the last official race that we will have this year. There will be a couple of fun stuff coming up. So just check out on our Discord if you do want to get racing with us. But yes, a big thank you to all the drivers as well as to all those that came and followed along on the stream. A big thank you to VA Auto as well, who have put up a bit of a prize money for our drivers. So guys, we'll be getting in contact with you a little bit later this week. It will be next week, please. We got lots of things happening this weekend. And then to MSR, a big thank you to them for the components that they have provided, which allows the streams to happen. And we just hope that the partnership does continue to the new year, as well as with NAG, the providers of our practice servers. I am going to go and just check if there is any possibility that the practice servers versus a race server, like how the hell is there so much difference? Like, I don't get it. It should have rained. I wanted it to rain. And then lastly, just a big thank you to the commentator that did join me. Unfortunately, we lost Brandon dos Santos through the race. But we'll see what happens. And we're looking forward to Carl getting back. He is currently doing the nationals in Bahrain. So internationals, I should say. So Carl, we're cheering for you there and hope you bring back some of the gold for South Africa. Guys, that's about it. A wrap up of the season. Looking forward to the new year. And all I can say is keep racing, keep practicing. And until then, thanks for watching. Yos. Attention VW and Audi car owners. Looking for top-notch car service and repair without breaking the bank? At VA Auto Repairs, we're the VW and Audi specialist you can trust. Our expert team ensures quality repairs and maintenance with a guarantee of satisfaction. From brakes to engine overhauls, we can handle it all. Your car is in good hands. RMI approved, we deliver excellence at fair prices. Your safety and satisfaction, our top priorities. Book your car service today. Visit our website or call 011 315 4001. And don't forget to quote SARCO when making your booking. VA Auto Repairs.